Some of you have already started to do the disposal of the non-current asset booklet. You'll find that later on in that booklet there is the acquisition of a non-current asset for credit, and we haven't done that yet in class, so I thought I'd quickly tell you the difference between buying a non-current asset for cash and buying a non-current asset on credit. This stuff here, cash payments journal, buying the non-current asset for cash, we've been doing this since day one. So in this example, we buy a computer for $4,000 plus GST. It goes in the cash payments journal, date, computer, document, full amount goes into the bank column, and we separate it usually in the sundries column and of course the GST. So that's the normal state of affairs for recording the cash purchase of a non-current asset. But in Unit 4 accounting, we also have to learn how to purchase a non-current asset on credit. And to do that, we use the general journal. We do not use the purchaser's journal. The purchaser's journal is solely used for stock, the credit purchase of stock. If you buy a non-current asset, then it has to be recorded into the general journal. So here's the transaction. We're going to buy a truck from Ace Trucks, $30,000 plus GST, invoice number 34. So we go to the general journal and we record this, the date of course. We're going to debit truck, $30,000, that's the non-current asset debited, $30,000. We debit the GST clearing, $3,000, and we credit Ace Trucks, which is called a sundry creditor, $33,000. So this is nothing to do with trading stock. This creditor is to do with a non-current asset. So we use the term sundry creditor to distinguish it from the normal trade creditors. And sundry creditors are general ledger accounts. They do not go into the subsidiary ledger. The subsidiary ledger over here is used exclusively for trade debtors and trade creditors. It is not used for sundry creditors. So sundry creditors, $33,000, and a narration if required, and of course depending on when that creditor has to be paid, usually within 30-60 days, that would be reported as a current liability in the balance sheet at some point in time. So there you go, cash purchases of non-current assets. Been doing that since day one, but in Unit 4 you also need to know how to do a credit purchase of a non-current asset. You use the general journal, debit the asset, debit GST clearing, credit this new account called sundry creditor and the name of the particular sundry creditor.